Peace down. Um, Today I'm just gonna talk freestyle and see where this goes. I don't have a title, but I will after this recording. So stay tuned, and I'm just gonna dive on into it and just go from there. Um, and if you like more of these contents, just call me. Don't call me. Like, share, and follow. That's it. It's just this simple. What you do best. You like it, then you just share with everybody because everybody need a little love, attention, and can relate. So, um, do that, and down below I will have a title. I just want to start off with my day and let you know that I'm Mataji Bay, and just welcome to another freestyle combo with me, Mataji. Um, Today I woke up and I just wasn't feeling myself. I was feeling a little sad just because I was missing like family members. Like my mom is not here, my children are not here. People that I was close to, they just wasn't here in this moment. I just felt that need to just be loved and be embraced, and they wasn't here to do that. And so I woke up feeling a little depressed. And um and it just seems like just one thing just started leading into another, and the day ended beautifully. I mean, just beautifully. Like I said, I woke up and I just needed to examine what I was feeling, how I was feeling, and why I was feeling what I was feeling. And so I've been doing these exercises, going through my coaching training, and I decided to do one of the trainings that I normally do with my clients. However, I was doing it with myself, and it's crazy because sometimes you just get kind of in the program of things, and you don't just like stop and like maybe I need to do these same things on myself. And it's not like something I haven't done before. So it's like, okay, let me get back. Let me do these because you need to practice what you preach. And that's something that we all should do, practice what we preach. And I've always been an advocate of practice what you preach. Even like when I make natural products, I'm always the test person. I'm always the testee on my products before I put it out there for anybody because in this world, in this society, people always what they're doing is like copy and paste, and they will buy products already made and slap a label on it. So I didn't want to do that as well. So I have to constantly be reflecting and analyzing my own actions. And so when I got up this rising, wasn't feeling too well, so I started reflecting, and I started to just think about why I'm feeling this way, what I'm feeling, breaking these things down. There's this exercise that I do. It's called a galaxy, and what I do is I put myself in the middle. I am the sun, and all the galaxies revolve around me. From what they say of the solar system, everything revolves around me. My parents, my mother, my father, my children, my past marriage, my past relationships, my friendships. And what I do, I take I make galaxies like my father, my mother, children, relationships, school, finances. I put these things in a category, and I break these categories down planet by planet. And I just get out a piece of paper and I start just mapping out my galaxy and just writing down my feelings, my emotions, and why and what and where this stem from. How did I get this way? It's like, why am I the way I am? And so the way I broke it down is like what I was feeling at that moment. I was feeling lonely, anxiety, hurt, pain. It was like so many different emotions. And so what I started to do is I started to just like break down each emotion. And it's like, why am I feeling lonely? Who's not here? Why? What do I miss about them? Why am I feeling this way? Who, what, why? After I broke those down, and then I realized there was a pattern. And I also realized that as coming up as a child, I never felt safe because I was violated at a very, very, very young age. And so at a very young age, I was violated. And then my father wasn't there to give me that love and support that I was needing. My mama was there, but I was just that connection. It just it's mother and daughter is one thing, but then that father and the daughter, that's another relationship. Because we don't realize that our parents dictate, well, we start to show patterns of our parents and their presence and not their presence in our life. They start to dictate throughout our lives, period. And we don't realize why we are the way we are until we stop and analyze it and start to change those patterns. And so after I started like analyzing why I do this and that, I realized there was a lot of stuff that just going back to my childhood. And so I, this persona, this mask, if you want to say, I had to be more than what I was because I was very small, I was short, I was petite, and I was very soft spoken to a certain degree, but I was also had a very hard exterior, and a lot of times people did not know um, what I was feeling, my emotions, because I just had the same face, my poker face on. And, even though I was afraid a lot of times, I had to put up, like, yeah, because I grew up in a certain neck of the woods where weakness would get you killed out here. And so I had to do what I had to do. And it's like, now I still have those same behavior patterns, even though I'm around people now that loves me and I feel safe. However, I still have those moments where I feel like that little girl who just needed to be loved and safe. And so after I broke down all these feelings, I realized that it was coming from my childhood. So I started analyzing those things. And I decided I was going to do a meditation. And in this meditation, I visualized my higher self of who I am now and my lower self, which is my child self. And with my child self, I visualize myself now looking at my child self, and I will give her that love, that support that she needs. If it's to be held, and I would say what I needed to say to her when I was a child, what I needed someone to say to me is like, I'm here for you. I love you. I support you. I'm not going to turn my back on you. I will protect you if it means my life. You don't have to do anything alone. I am right here for you. I had to tell my child self this in order to feel secure within myself at that moment. And it felt great. I cried and I just needed to release. And once I started releasing, I was able to breathe. And then I started to go into a meditation. And I before I went into this meditation, I just hugged myself, loved myself, said, I love you. I am here for you. You don't have to worry about anything because I have you. And after I told myself this and I hugged on myself and loved me, I just took a deep breath and I just held myself and I just cried until I did not have any more tears to cry, and I felt safe and secure within myself. And I visualized when I took my arms away from around her, which is my child self, I said, Going forward, if you need anything, come to me. I'm here. No matter what's going on in this world, I am here for you. Come to me. I am not going to desert you. I'm not going to disappoint you because I know how it feels to be disappointed. And once I went through this exercise with myself, I took a deep breath. I started meditating. And as I was meditating, I decided I wanted to write a letter to my younger self. After I had this visualization of myself, I needed to not only analyze what I did in journaling, but I needed to do a visualized meditation and just a short breathing exercise to calm my emotions down within myself by scanning over myself. And I needed to also write a letter to myself. What would I tell myself if I was, not if, but what would I tell my younger self? And I know we done heard this all before, but I had to break it down where if I was a child, right, my child self was standing right here. What are some things that I did not say in my meditation, in my visualization? What I did not say? What can I tell my younger self what I know now? And once I got through writing, I'm the page, front page, front page, back page. And I'm just giving myself so much advice when it comes to family, love, all relationships, platonic or Afromantic. I don't say romantic because ain't nothing loving about Romans. It comes from indigenous people, and I'm going to say Afromanics. huh. Once I finished that exercise and I sat back and just stared at the wall, just stared at the wall and just breathed, just kept breathing naturally, flowing, and a few more tears came out. Then I did a little bit more breath work, and once I finished that breath work, I got on the floor. I started exercising, doing my lymphatic massages, opening up my waves, doing my lymphatic massages here, my neck, my face, and wiping all this, all and just getting my lymphatic system to just flow. Started doing some tapping and affirmations. Open up my third eye, bringing into some energy within myself, loving on myself, telling myself I am important, I am loved. All these things, I'm just tapping, I'm tapping. Just once I got through and just realized that, okay, it's okay. I'm okay. They are here in spirit. They are here in spirit. I don't have to worry about anything because I'm okay. And I also decided I want to do a little exercise where I want to call in my ancestors. And I know I should have done this before I started, but I just woke up and I wasn't really thinking on that level because I always like to do a whole little ritual, libations and everything. But this time I didn't do that. And so this time afterwards, I decided, you know what? I want to do a little ritual. So I lit up my sandalwood incense, cleansed myself and the place, my crystals, my water, plants, stones. I got up my cards, my tarot cards, and I just decided I was just going to just be in the moment and just flow and see what else happens. Because now I'm on a move, I'm on a go, I'm on this whole beautiful experience because now I see what my clients go through, and I'm like, damn, girl, you are good. You are good. I am good. And so it just felt good to just love on myself, give myself permission to just be, um, because I felt just stuck and trapped, and I just felt like I just needed to breathe. I just needed to go somewhere. And so after I done that, and it just seems like the portal to the heavens opened up. It just like seemed everything just going right to me at that, after that moment. It was just like, got on the phone, I talked to my sister, just shared some loving conversations with her. And she was like, girl, come on over to the house. Went over to her house, met up with more family members, had a nice little get together, good food, good conversation. I just felt it was just love, just so much love. And then all of a sudden, it's like, my sister's like, I got some mail over here from you. Open up the mail. I had 2 checks in the mail. 2 checks. I didn't even have to work for it. It was just like, here's a little gift for you. Here's another little gift for you. I had 2 checks in the mail. Girl, you know how it feels when you get some money that you've been needing and you didn't have to do anything but just open the mail. It's like, I got a check. Not one, but 2. So it made me even more curious to open up the rest of the mail, but I knew there wasn't any money in it, but I just opened them up anyway. And I was like, I didn't open up all of them. I just said I had enough for the day. No checks, no more checks in here. So I'm just going to leave the rest. I left the rest, and long story short, which I should have said that in the beginning, but don't matter. Got those checks, deposited into my bank account, and I just felt so much lighter. And then I was brought up, I had a relative come up, and we had a discussion. And then this young lady that was related by marriage, she comes up, had a great conversation. She just loved my whole energy, my whole aura. And I wasn't trying to do anything. It was just I was having a conversation with her. And it's just like I had to go through certain events in my life where I'm just at a place where I just don't want to be feeling stuck. Don't want to, I don't want that feeling anymore. So at this time in my life, after taking care of, my children, taking care of my ex-husband, taking care of my mom, nieces and nephews, it's like now I'm in this process of just taking care of me, because going through that whole cycle, I neglected me, trying to please others, trying to give people something that I was missing. And I was oversharing, overgiving, I felt like. And it took it hold on me, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. When stuff started messing with your mental and your money, it's time to go. It took me a while to realize that. And in the process of realizing that, in this healing process, I have lost so many people, so many things. However, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of not only myself, this life, I gained so much more. Even though these lessons were hard, they was worth it. And what I got in return is valuable. I used to tell my nieces and nephews, I may not have a lot of money, and I cannot give you those materialistic things. But one thing I can give you, that money can't buy, I can give you that wisdom. And when I speak to you, it's going to always be genuine. I'm never going to feed you no bullshit. Never. Never going to feed you no bullshit. When I come to you with the heart. And I'm going to allow you to be who you want to be. But then I'm like, I'm going to sprinkle a little something on you to give you um, something to critically think about, because that's something that we're missing in these days is critical thinking. And I will bring up questions, tell you my story, and bring up questions for you to think about, analyze, reflect on your decisions and where you want to go in this life, and let you know the possibilities if you keep going down this road, and allow you that time to process that. I'm not going to keep staying on you. I'm not going to tell you what you need to do and how you need to do it. I'm going to give you some advice. You either take it or you don't. But I also analyze the situation. I let you know it's like, I see what I really have to tell you. Um, you may not be ready for it, but I'm going to put a little sprinkle in your ear so you can actually think about it. And it always come uncut. I don't, anybody knows me knows how I am, so I just come straightforward and don't sugarcoat it, but I come in a way of love. And it's never come to attack you. And sometimes when I'm dealing with a person who's I, I don't like to say overly insensitive, but ones that sometimes that's really not ready for that type of conversation. However, I would bring it to them kind of a lighter way, but it's gonna always be direct. It's not gonna like, here's a little sugar. I was like, no, baby, this is the possibilities. This is what it could be, and this is what I've learned, and give you those little words of wisdom so you can move forward. And I don't stress it. And no matter what, I'm going to always let you know I love you. I love you, Shay. I love you no matter what you go through, because I know how it feels when people try to dictate who you are and who you should be. Well, not dictate who you are, but they try to dictate who you are and who you should be. And a lot of times people try to transmute that energy on you, their insecurities. They're insecure about themselves, so they're going to inflict those same emotions on you, because, like I said before, misery loves company, just like healed people love healed people. So, with that in mind, I want you to always think about, analyze every situation you in. Take yourself out of the equation and see, how do you feel if you was on the outside looking in your relationships, and without any emotions. And sometimes it's kind of hard to do, but take your emotions out of it and review the situation from another standpoint, without emotions, without attachments. And how would you go forward? What would you what would you do differently if you was in that situation? And then when I say that, when I say if you was in that situation, because you're taking yourself and your emotions out of it. If you was looking at this situation from another person's perspective, on the outside looking in, how would you do this, perceive this differently? How would you move if you was going through this? If you was seeing your daughter or your son going through these same things that you're going through at this moment, how would you come to them? And you also have to think about, how would you would perceive this? How would this affect the people around you? Look at from that standpoint. But always know that when you do things out of pure love and intention, that you're going to get that back in return. And not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everybody is going to respect your boundaries, but you need to respect yourself and respect your own boundaries. How many times that you're going to be the pushover? How many times that you're going to allow people to step on you and neglect you and abuse you? You have to take care of you. You have to love on that inner child within you who did not get that love and that respect and that attention that they was needing. You have to protect that little girl. And that doesn't mean you have to fight everybody, because when you're younger, you deal with things on a more emotional base. You want to fight. You want to lash out. But when you start getting older, you analyze the situation, you observe the situation, and you move differently when you're able to observe. Because if you sit back and you observe long enough, you will see that you've been through here before. You know how this is going to turn out. So no matter what's going on, we need to learn how to be more wise in our movement, more strategic in our movement. Take a deep breath. Relax and move strategically. Stop and think, not reacting. Children react. There's not much thought goes into it. They just react. You're not a child anymore. You got to protect that child. So sit back, take a deep breath, relax, and move strategically. No matter what the situation is, sometimes you got to remove yourself from people and places and situations in order to get the answer that you really need to. And so to do that, do what you need to do. Sit back, relax, and just be in an environment of love. It can be next to water, in the trees, in the woods. I like to sit in trees. I go to the woods. I hang out in the woods for hours. And sometimes if I go on a trail and I come out of the woods, I'll go right back in there. I will find a tree because I'm a tree hugger. And I just go up to the tree and say, I love you. I feel you. And just absorb all that energy. And I give it back. And I enjoy the moment. I just be. And then in the process, I'm able to, my breathing is down. My whole energy, my whole aura, everything is in balance. Now I can come from a different perspective. Now I can think clearly without all this other stuff that's going around. I put myself in an environment that's more healing, clear, and more at peace. And that's what you need at this moment. You need peace. You need love. You need balance. With that being said, thank you for joining me tonight. Like I said, I'm going to, whatever this title going to be, it's going to be put down at the bottom. And share this message with someone that you love. And make sure that you subscribe. That way, when I post another video, you'll be the first to see my face. And baby, I'm not being humble. I am great. I am great. I am not humble. Make sure you take the time each day to meditate. Do your little affirmations. And when I say little affirmations, I mean look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and say your affirmations and speak as if it's already here. The power of life and death is in the tongue. Put a spell on yourself, baby. Love yourself. Feel yourself. Feel it. Love it. Be it. And don't let nobody ever make you feel less than who you really are. You are God. You are goddess. You are loved. You are appreciated. You are needed. You are worthy. Baby, don't mind what they say. Don't mind what they say. When people start to feed you negativity, I'm doing it again. When people start to feed you negativity, Let it go through one ear and out your ass. Shit that shit out. Detox. And keep moving forward. Till next time, peace.